When I stopped riding in the 2023 riding season, this is something I never thought would happen. It's February 27th, and I think I'm almost wearing too much clothing for what I want to be doing here today. Like, I'm hot just standing here. It's about 16 degrees Celsius, and I thought, you know what? I'm gonna go take a trip down the Brock Trail and just sort of see how things are coming along. I'm curious to see how much snow's still around. And I just really wanted to get out and enjoy a ride here today. I'm starting off at Mac Johnson Wildlife Area at the canoe launch, and my aim is to head down to the St. Lawrence River using just the Brock Trail. Hopefully the trails are good. Every now and then we just get like a really nice warm spell during the winter time. Thank you. I got a bunch of ducks there in the creek. Thank you. Oh, I'm telling you, it feels good to be back out. It has been about 4 months since I've been out on the bike. First ride of 2024. Actually just washed the bike yesterday. And I wasn't expecting to take it out for about another week, but here we are. So this is a little bit different than the rail to trail rides that I was doing last year. Now, part of the Brock Trail is a converted rail trail, but sections like this are just regular multi-use pathways. So it's sort of a unique hybrid that travels through the city of Brockville from the south end at the St. Lawrence River all the way to the north end at Mac Johnson Wildlife Area. They just actually finished doing this section of the trail, I think about 4 years ago, maybe. So all this is the new section that was all done up. Back before that, the trail actually stopped at Laurier Hill, just past the Memorial Center. It's always nice when you see a city or municipality, township, counties, anything like that, where people are putting in a little bit of money into recreational activities like this. Just makes such a big difference to have multi-use pathways. And like you can see here, it's busy. People come out, they enjoy the trail all the time. Oh, let's see. Let's see if I can squeeze on past. So when I was talking about the end of the Brock Trail earlier, this right here is actually where the trail finished. So right here, you can see Laurier Hill to my right. I believe it's an old landfill site. It's used for tobogganing and downhill in the wintertime. Got a train going on my left, and also on my left, that's where you see the Pat Beasley fields for soccer. And they are packed in the summertime. I think there's one to my right and then 3 here, so 4 fields total. So for a city of 22,000, there's some good recreational infrastructure. There's also a football field, a couple of baseball diamonds, although I believe one of the baseball diamonds will be going away because the ice pad at the Memorial Center should be getting switched over to a dual pad. A lot more snow's melted than I thought. This is actually kind of nice. I wasn't expecting this. Now the Brock Trail's been around for a while, but in the last couple of years they have made a couple of nice improvements to the trail. One of them we're going to see here today. There's a waterfall, and they actually moved the trail to go down by the waterfall, which is really nice because back before it went on the opposite side of the creek. That's the creek right there, it just kind of meanders through the city. Now the other section that's also been upgraded is when we actually get down to the rail trail part of things. The pavement there has been upgraded. So before it used to be all bumpy and it would get flooded out. So they've raised it up, smoothed it all out. It's a really nice surface to ride on now. There's even a couple of benches that they've put down in the area. So kudos to the city of Brockville for taking care of that. All right, here we go. Now, I've said it lots of times, I definitely prefer riding out in the country, but I really do enjoy the Brock Trail here in town. I think it's a nice little recreational trail to just get out and enjoy a little bike ride on. So usually when I get to this section, I go to the right, but today I want to stick on the trail. So the point for today is to actually do the full trail from end to end. Also did a little upgrade to my bike over the winter time. One of the weak points with my bike was the rear derailleur. It didn't quite reach all of the gears. It wasn't the right part. So I splurged, got myself a new derailleur, and I'm telling you, it makes such a huge difference. I can hear a train in the distance. I'm wondering if it's going to be crossing in front of me. This is so unbelievable here today. It really does feel like a spring day, not the middle of winter time. So this is the new section of the Brock Trail. Used to have to go over the creek and you'd ride on the right-hand side of it. I think this is really pretty here. Really glad that they did this. So we'll get down by the waterfall and see how it looks down there. It's Not raging too strong. In fact, it's not raging at all. I'm a little disappointed. Well, that's a nice little break. All right, let's keep going. Afternoon. Thank you. The only part of the Brock Trail it's a little bit confusing is right here, because as you can see across the road, it looks like you can just sort of take this section and then cross the street again where you see the Brock Trail sign. But I'm not sure if you're supposed to stop at the lights, cross at the lights, and then go over, because I do see that right here, once you cross the creek, there is a little dip in the road where you can easily sort of just scooch across. I've done it both ways there, and I can't say whether one way is better than the other. I usually try to stay off of sidewalks whenever possible, and since I don't see any signage on the sidewalks for the Brock Trail, I'm not really keen about riding on that. The other option is you can just go straight up the road, cut down here, and then rejoin the trail here, but with today, me wanting to do the full length of the trail, I didn't really want to go and do that, so anyway. And once we cross Perth Road here, then this is where everything gets all upgraded. Perfect. We are now on the rail trail part of things. Could just imagine the old steam locomotive leaving the St. Lawrence River way back in the day, chugging through here, through the people's backyards. Would have loved being a kid living in one of the houses and just looking down and watching a train pass by from below. Here you can see an old train tunnel. This goes under the main CN line. Oh, no ice this year. Wow, that's a first. Usually there's like a foot or two of ice in there all the way up until April, mid-April. I've never seen that. Just across the street, you'll see a fence there. That is where the old railway station used to be. So the railway line was across the creek, and that's where the depot was. Now, what I don't know is whether a rail line traveled from the depot here, where I'm traveling right now, and went down to Blockhouse Island, where it would have picked up stuff from the ships. So I don't know whether or not what I'm on right now is an old rail trail, or if this is just a trail that's just been designed by different councils over the years. But I figured I'm gonna take this here all the way down to the St. Lawrence River. I could have gone to St. Lawrence Park, and that would have kept me on the old rail trail a little while longer. But instead I thought, you know what, let's switch it up, go down to Blockhouse Island and just enjoy the sights down there. The big red brick building to my left is the Brockville Art Center. There's a lot of history there. Now, I can't go down this part of the trail here. This is reserved for pedestrians only now, so I've actually got to cut down on Water Street for a little bit. And if I was to stay on any of the pathways from here on out, I'd have to walk the bike. It's pretty much pedestrian zone only downtown. Yeah, you can see the St. Lawrence River to my right. This is Hardy Park here, so lots of things happen here in the summertime between Ribfest and different concerts. It's even a poutine fest. That's just how Canadian we are around here. And trust me, it is good. It is really good. Don's Fish and Chips, cannot go wrong there. If you're ever downtown Brockville, that's where you definitely want to stop. All right. And this down here, this is Blockhouse Island. We'll do a loop around. I'll finish up at the first train tunnel in Canada, and we'll call it a day there for the ride. Things are surprisingly dry, really warm, even down here by the water. That's probably dropped a good 5 degrees, but still. Pretty sweet. Water wouldn't be warm enough to go swimming yet though, too bad. So this is it. This is the Brockville Tunnel, built in 1860. Lots of history. There's a light show that happens on when you can actually walk through it in the summertime. It's really cool. They've got music and lights and the whole 9 yards. I put up a little bit of a video, I don't know, a year or two ago where I just sort of walked through it. But it wasn't the best light show when I walked through it. Trust me, you can get some really cool stuff here. But yeah, that's the Brock Trail from the north end of the city all the way to the south at the St. Lawrence River. It's just nice to get out for a ride. 4 months is 4 months too long. So got some cool stuff coming up, and yeah, looking forward to the 2024 riding season.